There we go. Video. Hello. So, I guess I gotta look at the light. um, if you've been following, I got 12 subscribers now. If you know me and you've been following this, or you actually know me in real life on top of it. Ever since I started taking my estrogen, my anxiety from 10 years of PTSD went away. All urges to aggression, really, that I've had since I was a child went away. And I've done my best, I've done my best to be nice to people, to be sweet. It's part of becoming a girl and doing the opposite of what I'd done all my life as a boy. Because, I've been very dominant, masculine. I decided to mostly be submissive. And I supposedly speak in soft tone to people when I go places. I apologize really quickly. I ask people if I can help them, if I can get them a glass of water if they're at my house, all kinds of things. And it's just really weird looking at this light, so if I look away a lot, that's what that is. A side note, the makeup, was in the first video early in the morning, but considering I've had this makeup on for almost 13 hours, it held up pretty good, It's a little bit shinier and sweatier and darker than it was before, but you can still kind of see the contour and you can see the eyeshadow real good. I saw mixed reviews about this Birds of Paradise palette from Revolution, but it lasts. Like when you put the pigment on, it actually lasts unless you're trying to take it off. At least as far as in my opinion. I try really hard to be nice to people. Now today, for the second time in 2021, I got banned off of Grindr. For those of you that know what Grindr is, it's a hookup app for gay and femme and trans people. And I sat here Friday night or Saturday night with a guy who was over here and commented that the email patterns, the message patterns I was getting in Grindr Saturday night or Saturday morning, were following the same pattern they did at the beginning of 2021 when I got banned, that people were creating profiles or disguising their profiles and trying to, say inflammatory things to me, which, this time around I had no urge to aggression, no anxiety. I don't even hardly have any anger. It took me all year in this to now be irritated. And now I'm permanently irritated. Right? So, I was expecting somebody who's been visiting me from Grindr this afternoon, and 2 hours before he was supposed to message me to come over again. I got banned. So now I have no way to get a hold of this guy. Probably since I blocked him. And I'm just not rude like that if I'm talking to somebody and being their friend. And then they don't even tell you why you're banned. I'm just tired of it. Because it basically amounts to, people being jealous, or people thinking that, they don't like you, or, even in the event of social media, you tell somebody no about having sex, and they get mad and throw a tantrum, like they're children. I can't remember in 4 decades of having sex with cis women that I threw a tantrum because somebody said no if I asked them if they wanted to have sex. But I mean, some of it's just the gatekeeping and the jealousy and everything. This year, the only people that have really been mean to me is other trans girls. Somebody that was in some trans and non-binary makeup groups on Facebook hopped into this new group I'm in, this new makeup group, and tried to put a post on telling all these women, because the women, they all like me. I've been posting on there for 10 days. Every time I do my makeup, they give me tips, and I change it, and they give me tips again. And, uh, some girl from one of these trans makeup groups hopped in there and said I was an oligophiliac trans person, and that means I was a predator and a pervert and a pedophile. You know? And unlike Grindr and some of these other apps, you know, right? These ladies hopped in on both feet to this individual and told him that their group was inclusive. And that this woman's comments and her suppositions about my nature as a transgender girl had no place in their group. And I don't know if they kicked her or she blocked me or she deleted her Facebook profile or whatever it was, but it stopped too sweet. Yeah, it stopped just like that. One lady hopped on her, second lady hopped on her, and I went back to look at it 10 minutes later, and it was gone. I didn't even have to comment. It was just gone. And I was just like, oh my God, like somebody actually like stands up somewhere and is like, we're not doing this here today. You know? And I'm just up there asking for makeup tips. Never been a pedophile. You know, I'm not the least bit interested in women at this point. You know what I mean? You know, like, I'm just getting makeup tips because my face is still feminizing and I've only been doing makeup for 10 months and I'm still learning, you know? And, you know, it's just sad, you know? I appeal Grindr and I'm going to start leaving nasty comments to the App Store, you know, about this culture, about these apps will just ban somebody because somebody makes a complaint. Like, you know, I hadn't cursed at nobody. I don't solicit for anything. I'm a veteran on a pension. And I engage in no commerce of any sort. I've had to tell people on the internet over and over I have sex for fun. Like most well-adjusted human beings do. Because it's fun. And we like it. You know? I'm a veteran. You know? Like, I ain't bothering nobody. I'm up there on Grindr. You know, ain't cussing nobody. Even tell them, have a nice day, sweetie. When they're acting irate, tell them I'll pray to Jesus for them. Things like that. Like, I'm not cussing at nobody. I'm not being rude to nobody. I basically tell people that I have basic boundaries when they ask me to have sex and what my boundaries are. You know? And if they argue with me about my boundaries, it is end the conversation. Have a nice day. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I gotta go do stuff. Bye. You know, they harass me and I just block them. I barely report anybody ever though. You know? You know what I mean? You know, unless they're seriously harassing me. You know? But this phenomena, this gatekeeping phenomena of you have to be, think, speak, walk, and act like all the rest in a group. Or people are going to try to destroy you. Well, guess what? I have an IP address. I have a microphone. Push comes to shove. I'll get my own .com and make people famous. Think I'm kidding? Because now I'm irritated. You know, I've been on the internet since the internet went, you know, public and was there to be used with dial-up and, you know, limited RAM and everything else. Remember those days? I never got in trouble on the internet once till I came out as a transgender girl. And it's trans girls and gay dudes that are messing with me and being mean. Yeah. Because I'm happy. And I'm not singing the narrative of it's dangerous and deathly and murderous and I'm miserable and people treat me so bad. I walk down the street and make 4 friends. People want to know me. And when they talk to me, they like me. You know? But this is ridiculous. You know, I had to appeal a ban. You know, I had to appeal a decision of Facebook dating. I got put on punishment. And on there, when my profile got labeled moderated, my name took it away because somebody was complaining about me. You know, I don't message nobody else first. I don't harass nobody. You know, when people ask me, and you know, it's a shame because it's not a real difficult proposition because you know, you know, people are gonna like this or hate this. I'm a big old slut. I was a big old slut. I had a high sex drive and liked sex and would have sex with another consenting adult if neither of us was busy, and that's what we both decided of our free will to do. You know, and now as a girl, I'm exactly the same way. And it's a shame because on the internet, I tell people all you gotta do is be disease free and be nice to me. Apparently, 90% of the people on the internet in pursuing dating relationships or sex with another human being have no idea how to be nice to strangers. Because 9 times out of 10, I tell people that it's real simple. I don't care age, race, height, weight, nationality, genitalia size. I don't care. Just, it's my first year as a girl. Don't give me a disease. And be nice to me. I'm developing my identity. So if you want to come over and hang out and help me through the lens of another, of the other, to help better define what I'm feeling like as a woman by having sex as a woman, then that's great. Let's rodeo it up. But you tell people that, and it's like one thing after the other. You know? And, you know, and I insist on my boundaries. Everybody asks you to come to them to get in an Uber or a car or go somewhere or go outside or, you know, and it's like, this is my first year as a trans girl. If you want to see me, you're going to come to my house. I'm not going in nobody's car in the middle of the night nowhere. I'm not going overnight to somebody's house. I'm not going to your house to hang out on the other side of the county. And 10 of your friends there. Or get kicked out in the cold because I was whatever, because I said no to something. Right? You know, so that was one of my boundaries I set for myself this year. I wasn't going anywhere. My first year as a girl, and maybe even for my second year as a girl as well. Because my body's changing, my mind's changing. Heck, for a good month and a half there, I didn't even talk to guys at all. Because when the testosterone finally went away, the emotional content from the estrogen that I thought was a big old bonfire became like a burning Chicago down kind of thing. Right? The Great Chicago Fire or whatever that was. You know, that's what it felt like. So I banned myself from the internet like I learned to do years ago if I was drunk. I learned that years ago if I was drunk. No drunk calls, no drunk texts, turn it off, put it under the pillow, look at it in the morning. Right? I do the same thing with the internet now, with sex. You know, when the estrogen got me feeling all weird and weepy and cryy and thinking boys are real super cute. You know, but maybe I could change my mind and have a relationship this year. And I just ban myself from the internet. Because I know I'm being super emotional. You know? So, I mean, I have boundaries. And telling people those boundaries gets you stalked on the internet for people trying to get you in trouble. And then people really lost their minds on Veterans Day when they're like, yo, I'm broke, man. $1,000 electric bill for air conditioning from the summer. And I'm like, you want to come over and hang out with me? You're going to have to bring some cigarettes and some beer. And lost their minds. And I'm like, it's social etiquette. You're going to somebody's house for the first time, you bring a gift. Usually food or booze because they're universal, right? When you're asking a girl to have sex with her, going to her house, you bring drinks or whatever else she likes. You know, that's what you do. It's social etiquette. And people lost their minds. I was like, I'm a veteran. It's Veterans Day. I was like, leave me alone. We got some booze and some cigarettes because otherwise I ain't going. My neighbor came from next door. I was like, you want to start for me? All I know it's Veterans Day. Bro. Like, I ain't going to the store and buying you stuff and walking back in the cold on Veterans Day. It's, going and getting your cigarettes and coming back and sitting here and not having any cigarettes. I was like, it's Veterans Day. I don't take that more seriously than I do my birthday. I don't do shit for nobody on Veterans Day. That's why you thanking for me for your service outside of your neck. And then asking somebody to do something for you. Right. So, I don't know. It took me all year to be irritated like this. and still it's kind of humorous and interesting. And a part of me is in my head, like, standing off to the side, looking at my face and my voice and everything, because I never displayed irritation like this before. I went like through the roof. But I'm just kind of on a low simmer and go like, it's took all year, but now I'm irritated. You know, like, I'm not even angry or hateful or spiteful or anything. I'm just irritated. You know, like people didn't have nothing better to do. You know, but there's a million apps out there, baby. So the person who was harassing me and watching this, you about to have 3 full-time jobs trying to keep track of me. And when all else fails, I can walk down the street and somebody wants to have sex with me. You can't stop me. You're not powerful enough. So just leave me alone. Make life better for all of us. Find yourself a hobby or a different hobby than me. Right? Because I'm not going to change. You know, I may have went from being a boy to a girl. I may have become more sweeter and submissive and patient and kind and gentle and everything. But I have this part deep down inside me that's been there since I was born. That when you push on me, I put all 10 toes down and smile and go, who's gonna move me? God bless me with an internal compass at birth, a sense of position and place in the world, a sense of trust that God and life and the universe were right. That I was moving towards whatever God's purpose, whatever the Creator's purpose for my life was. You know, so when people push, I smile. Where other people bow and back up, I stand up and look you in the eye with my chin up. And I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not abusing anybody. I'm not harming anybody. I've not gotten here once all year. Well, no, I talked about Urkel. Better than Urkel. I wonder if Urkel's watching. Call Carl. You know, but, sorry. It's for a particular hater. Other than that, I'm not calling anybody out by name, and that's not even his real name. So, I'm not calling anybody out by name. No matter what people have done, I've forgiven, I've smiled, I've moved on. I'm still going to move on from this. But I'm going to spend a little bit of time in different places talking about it. Right? I'm going to go to the Android store and write complaints to the App Store and stuff that about somehow, if you're the right kind of cool kid, you can just get somebody banned from an app. Right? And the whole app is a hookup sex culture. Grindr. You know, if you're out there listening to this and you're not LGBT, put Grindr on your phone once. Just to see. See how these gay dudes talk to each other. Right? The whole act about, like, stuff is offensive. Nah. Only in front of cis people. And microphones and cameras. Yeah. Yep. That's about how that one works. I have had people on Grindr say the most raunchiest, degrading things to me I have ever heard in my life. Things in 50 years I would never imagine saying. Yeah. Anyways, I can't help but still like the observer watching the film from someplace else of looking at my face in the light, and you know, like, I really do like this Birds of Paradise pilot, and I'm not gonna let it bother me. I just wanted to make a little video about it, about, you know, that some trans girls or somebody who thinks they're the gay police had so little to do. They got me banned from Grindr, which I'm about to appeal anyways. But, you know, like, que sera, sera, right? C'est la vie. Yeah. So, I might do another song later. I gotta take at least the bottom half of my face off, because it's been 14 hours and I got a little bit of stubble, so push comes to shove, I could maybe take just, you know, the bottom half of my face off and remove my hair and then redo the bottom half of my face. Or maybe I just take everything off but the eyes, because I like how the eyes came out. A little bit more mascara. And they just be banging once again. But I do like how I'm looking. I'm starting to see it. People have been telling me I'm pretty, you're pretty, you're pretty, you're pretty, and I couldn't see it. But I'm really starting to see it. And I just can't wait till my voice changes. It's been 2.5 weeks now doing the raise your larynx exercises where you swallow and it goes up and then you hold your muscles in your breath and stuff. And the girl's how-to thing I was reading said that, you know, like a month or so, or 6 weeks or 8 weeks or something, and the pitch of your voice and everything will start to raise and want to stay that way once you retrain your muscles. You know, so here we come. My voice should change. All I have left is my teeth. My bottom surgery sometime next year or whatever. Right? But we got these lovely C-cup breasts and bodies feminized and faces feminized and people that have been over. You can definitely see. Myself. That's why I'm starting to be able to see it, not just part of it's the face. You know, part of it's the face, and part of it's my behavior, part of it's my emotions and how I feel. You know, they're different, but a big part of it is the difference in how men have related to me with hanging out or friendship or intimacy or anything, you know, since I started taking the estrogen, and even before that, in the last 10.5 months, coming up on 11 months here pretty soon, like 2 weeks or whatever, 2.5 weeks, something like that, you know, end of November, be 11 months, right? So But the way men have viewed me and approached me and pursued me and even acted while we were having intimacy, having sex. And God bless you, Ashley Adamson. I don't know if you're watching my stuff or not. I watch yours. You are brave, girl. You are brave. I opened up my eyes this morning when my company left and turned on YouTube to your video about anal sex. And not only did I admire your bravery, but I thought all the content creators I have seen that you had such an easy manner and no nonsense approach to it while still being kind of a little, shy or, awkward laughter or whatever. While being also honest. No, I was just sitting here cheering you on. I was just like, rock on, Ashley. I was like, it's about time somebody talked about this with some common sense. And here's the do's and don'ts, and this is what's, going on. Because, like you, I went from, except I was older, I went from losing my virginity and my booty at 51 and becoming a bottom and a girl and everything. And never having had done it before. I mean, I had been the person on top. Was this girl's doing that? Like, but yeah, it's intense. It sure is. But anyways, that was a shout out to Ashley. But yeah. See, now I'm cheesing. I'm just looking at myself and my feminized features. How happy I am. I really am happy. Those of you who know me, you see how quick my anger lasted. It wasn't even anger, really. It was kind of like just real bad irritation. But it's Sunday, y'all. Even though I'm a girl now, I'm gonna get back to watching this football game. These Vikings. Yeah. And whoever's on the late game tonight, I ain't checked yet. Because I love football. So anyways, maybe I'll make another music video tonight. Maybe I'll go take off and shave and put it back on and maybe I'll make another music one tonight. Maybe I'll go to sleep. Maybe somebody will show up with some booze and want to hang out and tell stories and I'll get drunk. You never know. But it's always interesting over here. Remember, you know what she said every time. Name of the moon goddess, I will punish you. Be a mean and bad and evil. Some of you out there, that's what you are. You are the evildoer. Love and peace. Yeah, I went pink too. That's the whole gospel Leo soft look now. I'm working on it. I'm getting there, babies. Be lovely, be beautiful, and remember that love makes the world go round. And when you run around just trying to hurt people out of hand because you don't approve of their existence or you don't like what they say or they better agree with you or how dare they say no to you, that makes you that kind of evil that we talk about. That evil is inimical to human social life and civilization. You are the problem when you behave like that. Civilized people don't go around looking to hurt other people just because. But that's your religion and your God. Yeah. Peace.